What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another review for Superman and Lois. This time, the season finale. Because yes, there will be a season 3. But yes, this will be this is a season, not the season. I almost messed that up. Season finale for Superman and Lois, season 2, episode 15, called "Waiting for Superman." This episode was crazy, but yet at the same time underwhelming in certain parts. Though the reason why I say it was crazy, because it also gave a revelation, and I'm gonna get into that. But first, a synopsis. Then we're gonna get into the episode. So, waiting for Superman. Chrissy, with the authorization of the Department of Defense, has a message for the people of Smallville, while everyone else gear up for the final battle against Ali Austin. So, this episode, it answered a question for me, and because it confirmed something for me that I didn't even know was a issue, because I've been watching Superman loads, but I haven't delved into the behind the scenes, and apparently this was talked about with the producers and creators and showrunners and stuff. So that's how people knew about this a little bit. But this episode confirmed what the creators and them were saying. I guess you can say the creators confirmed it, but then this episode also confirmed it. For those who wasn't paying attention to the behind the scenes stuff. But I'm gonna get to that a little bit later where it matters. This episode basically still picks up from the previous one, and John is still stuck in between worlds. He's stuck in the in between worlds. Superman still doesn't have his powers, but he gets a help from an unlikely ally in the form of Taro. And Taro, for the betterment of the episode, which was a nice little touch. Taro has basically become his bizarre Earth version of himself. Like, he's completely turned over a new leaf because of his need to want to protect Clark and his family and all of them. He has become basically what his bizarro version self was, which was an actual brother and friend to Clark. So he ends up helping Clark. As you see from the promo, I think if you see it in the promo trailer, I think they put in there, there's a specific way that how Clark gets his abilities back. We finally figure out in this episode what his mother was trying to tell him, how he could expedite, the process of getting his cells to back to where they was, to where he could absorb solar radiation from the sun to give him his powers. We see how that plays out. This is where I mentioned which is underwhelming, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more later. But I want to mention here that Ali Austin, she was good in the lead up to this. Like, her motivations, what she was doing, everything. It was very suspenseful, very good storytelling. But as far as final battles go, like a final confrontation, a final fight, it was very underwhelming. Jordan got a little bit of shine here too. He had one of the coolest scenes in this episode, saving a particular person, and we even highlight how far his powers has come. I'm gonna try the situation. Now the situation surrounding Ali, and what she was doing got worse. We saw how worse it could get, where as more and more of the Earth merged, we saw how more and more people was disappearing from the bizarre Earth to this Earth, people from this Earth to that Earth, and eventually what we was told was that once the Earth, once they completely merge once the Earth merged, the people will begin to merge with their counterpart. Now, I know they was captured, but I was kind of underwhelmed, kind of sad that when you get to see Bizarro, Jonathan, and Lana again. But we did get a nice little story with Lana and Kyle subplot. You know, little love story. They did come to like a resolution, and it's the opposite of what you think might happen. You know how usually in these stories and stuff like this, everything is wrapped up. It's somewhat in a nice little bow, and there's a happy ending. It's the resolution. If you haven't seen it, the results and what happens between Lana and Kyle may or may not have gone the way that you thought it was. Because for some you might have some you might have guessed it right, and some you might have guessed it was going to be the stereotypical thing. And the way it went is not total shocker, but it was a little bit of a shakeup for the norm of what these shows does. Lana did play a part in her part as a mayor, keeping people calm. That was a good part of the story. So there was good action scenes, but like I said, everything that was for all the greatness of this episode, the one big black spot was the underwhelming confrontation with Allie. It was very underwhelming. The confrontation, as with these shows, the final battle and the confrontation, especially with a Superman show, you would think it would be a little bit more action, and it just was very underwhelming. Like it was like when the final battle happened, it wasn't even a long battle. It was literally like maybe like 5 to 6 minutes. And it was like very underwhelming. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, but I was expecting, because of the way how you built her up as a threat and the fact that she has these powers, maybe she was supposed to be something more, but no, it was just very underwhelming. But how Clark managed to save the planet of both worlds, and how he was able to undo everything was the best part of that. It made up a little bit, that scene was cool how he done that. Now to the part I was talking about earlier, where I said that this episode confirms something. Now, for context, before I watched this episode today, I was, in between working, I saw online people talking about it. And what people were saying was that it was confirmed by the producers and stuff like that excuse me, I almost got something stuck in my throat before I was about to say it. That Superman and Lois, the Earth that Superman and Lois takes place on, is actually not the same Earth as Earth Prime. Now, Crisis did merge 3 Earths. That did not change. They just, what the showrunners for Superman and Lois changed was that Superman and Lois takes place on the same Earth as the Flash, Supergirl, and all like that. So they changes basically did this. So that according to them, according to what I was hearing online, they were saying that Superman was like supposedly the only superhero on Earth. There are other heroes on Earth, on that Earth, but he's the only one with superpowers. But nobody knew for sure when I was hearing it. So I watched the episode, and as the episode did confirm that in the scene involving Lois's father. I almost called him Lucy. I forgot his name, but he was one of the people in the scene that helped confirm this. And it basically, and what he said was basically what people were saying earlier in the day before I watched the episode, and what they were saying, the producer was saying that basically this is a Earth where Superman is the only superpower being, him and Tyrone. Other than Jordan, Superman, and Tyrone, nobody else has superpowers on that Earth. Whoever the other heroes are on that Earth, they don't have superpowers. And the John Diggle, they saying that, so basically the John Diggle of that we see on Superman and Lois, he's not the he's that Earth John Diggle, and not the one that was on the Flash. That's how he was able to. That's how they was made it seem like he was seamlessly able to be in Metropolis. He was in Metropolis with them, and then also dealing with the Flash in Central City. He basically, when it came to Superman and Lois, that's a whole different Earth. It was even said that Oliver Queen is even on that Earth. And it's not even, and from what it was said, it haven't been even confirmed that the way how things were said, Oliver Queen is not even dead on that Earth. So it confirms that. So what I was saying earlier was I had to apologize for a criticism I gave on the Flash review, because I criticized the writing of both shows, because how they didn't connect. What we were seeing on Superman and Lois should have been affecting the Flash, and now I know why. Because on my part, I did not know that Superman and Lois was on a separate Earth. So I apologize for that. So I remember I said that was a negative for me for this Flash. I take that back. So whatever I gave the Flash, I think I would give it a 1 point up, but. That was one of the shocking. That was more shocking to me than that was like more shocking or better moment than the whole alley fight, the whole alley final confrontation, because I found out that this Earth is an Earth on its own, and that other thing was that Supergirl is not on that Earth. Supergirl is not on. She's not on Superman's Earth. But this is still the same Superman that's cousins with them. So to my understanding, when Crisis, when they defeat one Crisis and we brought back the multiverse, Superman, both Lois and Clark were put on an Earth by themselves. They still know who Kara is and everything, but Kara is not on that Earth. She is on Earth Prime. So the way how they got it going is the Superman of Earth Prime is actually Supergirl. Supergirl is like the Superman of Earth Prime. She's the main Kryptonian for that Earth. Which is weird. How could you have? Why did you make it like that? And like I said, I think they said it was like I said. It was It was something about confusing the newer audience and somewhat the returning audience. But it was more about the newer audience. There was stuff that was confusing about like Jonathan and Jordan, and then their situation, how this and that and that. So they decided to make Superman and Lois on his own separate Earth. And like I said, there's other heroes, but the only superpowered heroes are Tyrone, Superman, and Jordan, and Steel in them. Also, I forgot to mention that John Diggle kind of sort of, I guess, because that was also another thing they said he was supposed, while he appeared in this episode, was that he was supposed to be introduced in season 3's baddie and hinting at who another DC villain was going to be showing up. This was a good episode. Overall, for a season, it was a little underwhelming, but for a season, it's still good for a season finale, so I give it a 8 out of 10 big ups. It could have got a 9, could have even got a 10, but it just wasn't up to par for a 9 or a 10, but it did get an 8. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Superman Lois, and if you enjoyed this review, you hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you enjoyed this video so much you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, hit that thanks button, and hit that join button if you want to see me react to your favorite TV shows. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere. Got some reactions coming your way. Peace out. Thank you.